Nelson Mandela. Mandela was born on 18th July 1918 in Mwezo, Eastern Cape Union of South Africa, to Gedla Henry Makaniswa and his third wife, Nekufi Noskeni. He was the first of his mother Noskeni and the third of 13 brothers of all his father's children. Mandela's father, Henry Mwejo, was the tribal chieftain of the town. The Sardar's son was called Mandela in the local language, from which he got his surname. His father gave him the first name Rolhila, which in Khoja means troop. His mother was a Methodist. Mandela completed his early education from Clarkbury Missionary School. After that, he took his schooling from Methodist Missionary School. When Mandela was 12 years old, his father died. Mandela had 3 marriages, from which he had 6 children. There were 17 grandchildren in his family. In October 1944, he married Evelyn Mays, sister of his friend and colleague Walter Sisulu. In 1961, Mandela was tried for treason but was found innocent by the court. It was during this trial that he met his second wife, Nomazamo Vini Medikijala. In 1998, on his 80th birthday, he married Grace Mickle. Nelson founded a law firm in 1952 to engage in legal battles. Nelson's growing popularity led him to being banned. He was sent outside Johannesburg on charges for class discrimination. He was banned that he could not attend any meeting. Nelson and Oliver devised an M plan to escape the cycle of government repression. M meant Mandela. It was decided that the work should be done by breaking the Congress into pieces, and work should be done underground according to the situation. Despite the ban, Nelson moved to Kliptown and began attending congressional gatherings there. He worked there with all those organizations which were fighting for the freedom of blacks. Nelson's support base was increasing due to the repression cycle of the government. The apartheid government was making every effort to break the movement. In the meantime, some such laws were passed which were not in the interest of blacks. Nelson opposed these laws. During the protest itself in the city of Sharpeville, the police opened fire on the protesters. About 180 people died. Nelson lost faith in non-violence from this brutal repression cycle of the government. Seeing the culmination of the atrocities, the ANC decided to stop the fight. The ANC's fighting contingent was named Spear of the Nation, and Nelson was made its president. The government wanted to eliminate this organization and arrest Nelson. To avoid this, Nelson went out of the country and started demanding his basic rights in Addis Ababa. After that, he went to Algeria, where he took training in guerrilla technique. After this, Mandela went to London, where he again met Oliver Tambo. Together with the opposition parties in London, he tried to explain his point to the whole world. Political life. In 1943, he first joined the African National Congress as a worker, after which he became the founder of the ANC Youth League. In 1944, he married a woman named Evelyn Mays, and 3 children were born, but they were divorced in 1957. After this, Nelson Mandela passed law and started practicing law in Johannesburg with his partner Oliver Tambo. Together, they raised their voice against apartheid. For this reason, 155 workers were sued with him in 1956, which was abolished after 4 years. In 1958, he married a second woman named Madikizela, who played an important role in the release of Nelson Mandela from prison. ANC was banned in 1960, due to which Nelson Mandela had to go underground. Now, he launched a campaign for the country's economy. For this reason, he was accused of violent action and was taken prisoner. Now, he expressed ideas about democracy, liberty, and equality in defense of himself. In 1964, he was sentenced to life imprisonment. The people of South Africa regarded Mandela as the father of the nation. He was seen as the first founder of democracy, national liberator, and savior. In 2004, a Mandela statue was installed in Johannesburg's Sandton Square shopping centre, and the centre was renamed Nelson Mandela Square. In South Africa, he is often referred to as Madi, which is a respectful word for the elderly. In November 2009, the United Nations General Assembly declared his birthday, 18th July, as Mandela Day, in honor of his contribution to the anti-apartheid struggle. To commemorate Mandela's association with this movement for 67 years, people were urged to donate 67 minutes out of 24 hours a day in helping others. More than 250 honors and awards have been presented to Mandela by various countries and institutions of the world. On 5th August 1962, he was arrested for inciting the workers to strike and leaving the country without permission. He was tried, and on 12th July 1964, he was sentenced to life imprisonment. He was sent to the Robben Island prison for punishment, but even the punishment did not dampen his enthusiasm. He also started mobilizing black prisoners in jail. After spending 27 years in prison, he was finally released on 11th February 1990. After his release, he laid the foundation for a democratic and multiracial Africa through a policy of compromise and peace. After an agreement with the white government in 1990, they created the new South Africa. He became a symbol of protest against apartheid in South Africa and around the world. The United Nations decided to celebrate his birthday as Nelson Mandela International Day. In 1990, India honored him with the country's highest award, the Bharat Ratna. Mandela is the first foreigner to receive the Bharat Ratna. On 10th May 1994, Mandela became the first black president of his country. In November 2009, the United Nations General Assembly celebrated his birthday, 18th July, as Mandela Day, in honor of his contribution to the anti-apartheid struggle, declared. His ideas. Education is the most powerful weapon with which you can change the world. I hate racism so much. I find it barbaric, whether it is coming from a black person or a white person. Especially when you celebrate victory and whenever good things happen, you should lead from behind, putting others ahead, and you should be in the front line whenever there is danger. Then people will appreciate your leadership. In my country, people first go to jail and then become president. If you talk to a man in a language he understands, it goes into his mind. The same if you speak in his own language, it goes into his heart. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the victory over it. The brave man is not the one who does not feel the fear, but the one who conquers that fear as well. Has anyone ever thought that they didn't get what they wanted because they didn't have the talent, power, or endurance, not the commitment? Even if you have a disease, then don't sit down and get depressed like a fool. Enjoy life to the fullest and challenge the illness that has struck you. To deprive people of their human rights is to challenge their true humanity. There is no use in doing small work or living with small-minded people. It is wrong to live a life less than the kind of life you can live. If you like this video, leave it a thumbs up, comment and subscribe the channel, and also press the bell icon.